Check it out, fellas and ladies. This is my backyard. I've actually got some other footage of it as well that I might put up here. But the beautiful fall colors are not just in the mountains when you live in Tennessee. And thought I'd take you for a little spin on Yoshi. I have no idea what that came from. I got home from work and it's sitting here. I have no idea what it is. My wife will inform me of that later. I'm sure it's something that I have to do. Some kind of a honeydew of some kind, which is good. All right. So most of my vlogs have been up in the mountains and stuff, which aren't that far away from where I live, but I wanted to, today's Halloween! Happy Halloween! And I wanted to just show you some of the coolest stuff that, I mean, check out these leaves. This is my neighborhood. And it's just gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. Going to get milk or going to take a movie back or something, and you still just pass by these beautiful trees. Look at that one. Look at that. That's just gorgeous. Now, I want you to notice this one, though. Look what happened. That poor tree, those two poor trees were just hacked to pieces. And they're hacked to pieces because of the power company. And they just came through the other day. And this week, I guess they've been in my neighborhood. Here's some more evidence of the power company. These are some pine trees. There's the power lines going right there. But they cut down these poor trees. Because I think, you know, power companies are, they make lots of money, right? Lots of money. And so I think they're predicting a heavy winter. And so they are coming through and cutting down any possible limbs and trees and stuff that could cause any trouble for them in the come winter time. Because when the limbs fall, it cuts the power lines and it pops transformers and it makes it so you don't get any power. So the power company's coming through. Look at all these leaves just sitting there on the road. I gotta be careful. These things are slick. But this is my neighborhood, full of color. The other reason I decided to come out is I beat my kids home, kind of hurried, because I saw the forecast, and the forecast says it's going to be high winds. And if there's high winds tonight, then all these leaves will be on the ground. And it's just too pretty to pass up. Just too pretty to pass up. We got to go around and, you know, got to see the gorgeousness of this area. All right, but while I'm doing that, one of my favorite vlogs is EveRide, when he did a Christmas vlog. I mean, Christmas. Hello. No, this is not corporate America. We are not at Christmas yet. We're not trying to earn your money yet. Sorry. At Halloween, he told a scary story, and it was one of the best vlogs. I just loved it. So, while we're driving around, the houses aren't that pretty. This is a newer neighborhood, as you can tell, because the trees are nice and they're a lot shorter. There's some more older neighborhoods I'll take you through, but as we go to the park. But EveRide, he told this awesome story of one of the scariest things that ever happened to him when he was a teenager. And I have racked my brain trying to think of some scary stories that have happened to me. And the one that I can think of is when I was still going to college, or I was just fresh out of college, and I was actually living near EveRide, where he lives now. He didn't live there at the time. And we went to the mall. Look at that prettiness. And the mall, it's not so scary, right? Well, the mall is an interesting place in this town because the mall is connected to Walmart. How often do you see that? A Walmart's in the mall. Okay, well that's kind of weird, right? But when you're a poor college student, you have, you know, Walmart's like where you live. You know, if you ever need anything, that's where you go. You go to the mall. I mean, you go to the Walmart. And so we went to the mall / Walmart. and I had my little toddler with me. And my toddler, he was the oldest, so he was the first child. And this toddler of mine, he and I, we're best buddies. You know, we run around together and we do what we can, and we're always, he was like his dad. You know, he wanted to be like his dad. Not the case anymore. But he wanted to be like his dad at that time, and so we were always doing fun stuff. And there was a football team that will remain nameless that I was really enjoying at that time, and I was a big fan. And anyway, we'd go check out the merchandise, you know, and so we're at the mall part, and then we go to the Walmart part and look at that merchandise, and we're just really into it, right? And then I started playing chase. My wife splits up. She goes to do grocery shopping, and I'm hanging out with my toddler. And we are leaning into the corner, scraping my shoe. Yeehaw! As we're playing, you know, I'm chasing him, and then he finds it really funny to jump inside the clothes rack. And as you jump inside the clothes racks, you know, and then I would open the clothes and go, rawr, you know, and we'd scare each other, and it was fun. So I'm trying to keep up with him and have fun at the same time and let him get a little farther lead, let him think that I don't know where he is, and so I'm off after him. And next thing I know, I can't find him. He has disappeared. And your first thought is, I'm a brand new father. I can handle this. So you start looking. And you start looking. And you frantically are trying to calm yourself, which is kind of an oxymoron. Your heart is just racing like crazy because you can't find this little boy who is dependent upon you for everything. I had no idea where he was. So the clothes that were so calmly waiting and patiently hanging on the thing started to be ripped off one at a time. I cannot find my son. So, eventually, I'm praying as hard as I can. Where is this kid? Help me, please. What can I do? So I end up eventually giving in that I cannot handle this by myself anymore. And so I run up to the front of the register. I can't find my son. What do you do in this situation? So they go over the intercom and they announce an Adam something or other. I can't remember what it was, but it had something to do with Adam. And so I'm doing everything I can to remain calm, and my heart is just beating just as loudly and as fast, and it's just all I can do to just not freak out. In the middle of this, I found my wife, and she looked at me, and she saw the panicked look on my face, and she knew exactly what had happened. And so we are just in dire straits. We are just so panicked at this point. And we start going around, have you seen this kid? Have you seen it? And we didn't have, phones like we did where you can't just pull up a picture on your phone. We didn't have that type of stuff. So we're like, have you seen a little boy? Have you seen a little boy? Because it's by himself. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? And we are just frantic. And finally, one of the workers, the Walmart greeter man. Well, the Walmart greeter man, we go up to him, and remember, this separates the mall from Walmart. And he's standing in between the two. And we ask him, have you seen a little boy? And he says, yes. And okay, you're relieved, but yet you still don't know where he is, so what do you do? He says, yes, he had a football hat on. And I said, yes, that's him. Because that's what we were looking at, was the different stuff, right? And he goes, he left just a few minutes ago and he went that way. And so out I ran, trying to remember where the heck now. I mean, at first you're relieved because you think somebody saw him. And then you're freaked because he's left Walmart, this contained area, and went into the mall. And the mall is not as friendly a place sometimes. So we're freaked. I'm just freaking out. So I panically run around, and my wife goes one way and I go the other. And eventually, I realized he likes to play video games. There was an arcade that was not too far away from the Walmart. And so I ran into the arcade, and there was my son on the video game playing the race car game. And oh, joy, oh, happy day. Beautiful scene to a happy ending. But I hope, I pray that none of you will ever experience the terror that I had for 10 or 15 minutes of my life of not knowing where my child was.